Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Hank Strange. Today we're at the 2022 Overland West, which is in Flagstaff, Arizona, and we're actually in the Battleborn booth. And I just met this gentleman here, Chad,
up,
living
man?
the van life.
That's right, living the van life.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you, Hank.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope folks will go subscribe to his channel out there.
Yeah, yeah.
I just met him, and I was, listening to some of the fans talking. It sounds like you've got some amazing adventures you go on, man. I need to start checking this out.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I mean, this is what I have van life to be thankful for, is the fact that it's taken me out into the outback and showed me what adventure's all about, and it's taught me a lot of things about life. And so to be able to have a YouTube channel and capture all those adventures on camera and tell those stories and share with all the subscribers, it's been a very fulfilling experience. This is my first time at an expo, so actually being able to stop and meet all the fans and the subscribers that have been part of the channel for so many years,
right?
it's so rewarding. This is the ultimate payoff.
Yeah,
It's
there's
one thing-
human beings who look at you. You
Yeah.
entertain them.
That's
You
right,
make
yeah.
them laugh. You teach them stuff. That feels great, right?
Yeah. So
yeah.
it's been a fun experience.
Yeah, this is weird, right? Because I'm meeting you and I haven't seen your channel, and then I'm getting the tour of your van, and then I'm going to be looking at your stuff later.
Hey, there you go, yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
it's really weird. So tell us, about your van.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
So just a little backstory. I started van life in my 1991 Volkswagen Westfalia.
Oh, wow.
I started van life February 1st, 2011.
Okay.
And I lived in that for 10 years until I was able to upgrade to this, which is a 2020 Mercedes 4x4 Sprinter van.
Is it a 170 or 140? No, it's not.
Yeah, this is a 144 wheelbase.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mainly just because of the off-roading and the backcountry that I like to do. With the van again, it was so small and compact that I could really get a lot of places, even in two-wheel drive. So I definitely knew I wanted to get into a 144, just with the stuff that I do. So yeah.
Okay.
But I've done some suspension upgrades. It's got the Van Compass Stage 6.3. It's basically a 2-inch lift. Allows me to run up to a 35-inch size tire.
Okay, cool.
Which, getting out there and getting further into the backcountry, you got to have as much ground clearance as you can.
Right,
and
yeah,
some good
you're
tires,
really
so-
out, some folks build up a nice rig and it kind of it's just for flexing, but you're really getting out there and using this.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, with the van again, the paint in the body wasn't that great, so I was like just full send into the bush. I didn't care if it got scratched or didn't.
Right.
It's like, let's just go out and have fun.
Oh, okay.
So when it got into the Sprinter van, I didn't want to be held back by the fact that, it's a big expensive van and everybody else, doesn't want to take their van off highway.
Right, and get it scratched up.
I was prepared to, I'm taking this saying, I'm not holding back. We're going to go see what a Sprinter van is capable of.
Right.
So that was my goal, and it's definitely got lots of what we call pinstriping on it,
Right.
and, scratches and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But yeah,
Is this the paint job as you got it?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep, this is the paint job as I got it. I don't have any vinyl wrap or any aftermarket paint, so this is...
Okay.
The first scratch was the hardest. It's like, once you get that first scratch, it's like... Then
How
it's
did it
like,
feel,
okay.
man? How did it feel?
Well, I was on a cool adventure, and it was like well worth the sacrifice. So.
Okay. Yeah. Good memories.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now you
Yeah.
look at each scratch, and it's a memory. So.
It's like they say, scars are just like tattoos that tell better stories. So
That's right.
I'm guessing
That's right.
same thing with scratches.
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
cool. So what have you done? I know you did the upgrades to the suspension and everything.
Yep.
What tires do you have on there?
So I'm running the BFG KO2 all-terrain tires.
Okay.
On the size, it's a 285/75 R17 on the Black Rhino wheels. I've been a long-time believer in the BFG tires. I ran them for years on the Vanagon, and the confidence they give on being able to get out there.
Okay.
Everything, as they say, everything's riding on your tires, right? So I've gone BFG.
Was that a good balance for you? I know everyone worries about like fuel efficiency, noise.
Yeah.
What do you find it to be?
The all-terrains and specifically the BFG, they've always, had a good reputation for being a comfortable ride and a quiet ride. But then when it comes to off-road, the traction, even snow and ice, so it's been a really well-rounded tire.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
Good to know. Yeah.
In fact, when I did the Arctic trip, just back here in February, I drove all the way to the Arctic Ocean. I drove about 2,000 miles round trip on compact snow and ice.
Okay.
And I did the whole thing in two-wheel drive, really just to conserve fuel, because up there the fuel stops are so far and few in between. I wanted to maximize that and make sure that I got there with enough fuel. And the tires, awesome. Two-wheel drive, 60 miles an hour on compact snow and ice.
So are you just doing like air? You got nitrous in there? Are you doing anything special?
Just straight up air.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got an onboard air compressor that's mounted under the hood.
Right.
And so I do a lot of air up and air down for traction control, for traction and actually better ride on rough roads.
Oh, cool.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. If you don't mind, I'll pick your brain on all this
100%.
stuff, man.
You ask the questions and I'll roll with it, man.
Yeah. I'm actually, a guy who's using this. So let's go around. What do you have up here?
One thing with going solo off-road out into the backcountry, one thing that was important for me is recovery. I don't have another vehicle a lot of times to be able to pull me out. So one of my big things was getting a winch. This van weighs out at about 10,000 pounds built out, so it's hard to find a winch to get into the capacity. Typically you want to go about 1.5 times your vehicle weight. Okay. Technically I should have a 15,000 pound winch. Okay. But this is what's practical for me here. It's a 12,000 pound Warn winch. This bumper, CA tuned off-road, actually allows me to put that winch in the van and actually have it fairly presentable. I love to look at it.
Yeah, it doesn't stand out too much or anything.
Yeah, it's fits the form of the van well, and it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. So, and I told myself if I was going to put a winch on my van, I wasn't going to be one of those guys that just, I've got a winch, but I've never used it. Right. So this thing has saved my rear a lot of times. So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you found that 12,000 to be enough, even though with the weight stuff? Yeah, I had myself stuck down an incline like this, and I had to winch up a hill and over, and I had to go quite a ways out to find a winch point. And between the power of the van under, in gear, and the 12,000 pounds, I was able to get myself up out of there. Oh, cool.
But yeah.
Nice.
On top of the bumper, I've got the Baja Design LP9s. I've got 2 here, and I've got a whole bank of 5 of them up top. Wow. My thing is, I don't necessarily always want to travel at night, especially off-road, but sometimes we find ourselves in that situation, and there is no such thing of having too much light at night when you're off-road. Yeah, especially in inclement weather, right? Yes, absolutely, yeah. It's enough to be battling the elements. You don't want to be battling having to see in the dark. Yeah. So that was one of my main points on that, was to make sure I had some good off-road. So you've had these all full blast? Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. Nice. They've got me out of some sticky situations. Okay. Sure, cool. And then I see you've also got some lights up here. Yep. Are those where are those from? So this again is more Baja Design. These are the XL Pros. You see a lot of rigs around the show run what we call a ditch light, and just allows you to really direct these off to the edge of the road, see more of the trail and the obstacles that you might be dealing with if in an off-road situation. Okay, cool. So, and I have everything all controllable on separate switches. Okay. So I can have only the ambers on, I can have only the clears on, I can do top by themselves, I can do these by themselves. These by themselves, okay, cool. The front, so. Okay. We'll take a look at that inside. Yeah. When we go in, and then around the side down here, what do you have? These are rugged design concept side rails here, side steps, and having the sprayer with the lift and the bigger tires, it really has got it up off the ground. So having the side steps have been a great convenience for getting in and out of the van. Provides an extra layer of protection in some off-road situations. Right. And plus, I think they just look cool in the van. Yeah, they just look badass. Yeah. Is that the same company that made this ladder, or? Yeah, so Rugged Design Concepts actually kind of did the whole package from the roof rack up top. Oh, okay. The side ladder, the side steps, and also the rear bumper. Okay. Is all by Rugged Design Concepts. So with van life or really any of these overland vehicles, it's maximizing the storage, and so on the Sprinter vans, even the Ford Transits, lots of space on the roof, so having a rack that allows you to get up there, either strap stuff down or, just sit up there and enjoy the sunset. Get a good view. You never have enough storage in a van. That's right, So I've got a rocket box that is up there, and that carries my fire pit. And, and that's all up there. You get a lot of stuff up there? Yeah, fair amount. They, trying to keep the living spaces clean
Oh,
as
okay.
possible.
Yeah, I think with the Mercedes, you get to put a lot more stuff up there from what I hear.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah, I don't have anything. Well, mine's a high roof.
Okay.
And I don't think that you can really take that much weight up there.
Gotcha.
So I think for people who really want to get a lot of stuff up there, this Mercedes is the way to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we are at the back of the van. One thing there again with being off-road in the backcountry by myself, having a good solid oversized tires on the rest of the rig, putting on a stock spare tire just doesn't make sense, because typically if you're going to get a flat tire, you're way off grid. You still got to get yourself back out of there after you get a flat tire. So full-size spare tire so that I can swap that out and still be trail worthy.
Yeah. You got a Trasharoo here.
Yeah, Trasharoo. This thing actually
find that
awesome.
useful? Okay.
I do, yeah. Typically they're made to go on the spare tire, so since I had one of those, it worked out good. But huge capacity when I've just got a little trash can inside the van, so as I use stuff inside there, it goes in there. But when that fills up, and if I'm not around a garbage can, in here until I get off the trail. Yeah. And it helps keep the trails cleaner when you got places.
Absolutely,
not overflowing.
Yeah.
And not even that, like. Fly fishing, you got wet waders. Take off your wet waders. You don't want to throw them in your living space. They just go in here if you don't have garbage.
Yeah, and you can probably wash this out, right?
Yeah. It's got drain holes in the bottom.
Okay, cool.
In fact, just day before yesterday at the car wash, I was
washing it down. Oh, okay. So like one thing, I don't have one of these yet. So one thing I was thinking about is it a problem with animals or anything like that? Trying to get in there, you ever saw?
I haven't had any issues. I almost guaranteed it's not bear proof. So
right.
I know
probably not.
In certain areas, they're really sticklers on making sure you got food containers that are bear proof.
Oh, so it has to be bear proof.
Yeah, in certain national parks, in certain areas, if you're going to be in there, you have to have your food stored in a bear safe container. So I don't think that necessarily is, but I haven't had any animals get in there. No. Again, part of the winch and stuff is having the recovery gear, other fluids. This is what I call my shed out back, basically. It's got my chainsaw, electric chainsaw, my recovery gear, extra fluids, etc.
Okay.
Stuff that you don't want to store. I'm sorry, go ahead and get
you don't want it to be in there. So how much have you had to use that chainsaw to get trees and stuff out of the way?
It's come out in quite useful. This is something new to my van life outfit. I've come across trees before, and I've had to use hand saws and axes and big windfalls. So that took me like 3 or 4 hours to get through.
Wow.
So now that I'm in the Sprinter van, I've got a little more storage space. I invested in that chainsaw, and I've used it quite a bit.
So
out on trails, it's quite handy.
Yeah, and I have an axe in the back of mine now. I don't do what you do, right? And my wife was like, "Well, what do you need an axe for?" I'm like, "For the trees and stuff." Now I think I need a chainsaw, man.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm blaming it on you.
She's shaking her head no.
Yeah, no.
Well,
he says it's useful. Yeah.
I mean, and it is nice and compact too.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just pull this thing out, and the fact that
DeWalt, nice. Yeah.
Look at this little guy. I mean, the fact that
that's cool. Yeah.
Oh, it's been used, all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, all your stuff has been used, from what I could tell.
That was my whole goal. Is like, if I'm getting into this, it's going to get used. But it takes the same batteries that you use on a power tools, and I already had DeWalt cordless drills that I carry on board just for random projects while I'm on the road, and so it made sense just to get the DeWalt, and it takes the same batteries.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. And you can easily charge those in the van and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then you don't necessarily have to worry about fuel for that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not carrying extra gas. Anything like that. It does take bar oil, which I store in here, and that's about it.
That's not so bad. Yeah, cool.
And then this is my recovery gear. So all the extra tools that you need anytime for a winching scenario. If you need longer line, all your shackles and stuff, that's all stored right here, just to keep it organized. And oftentimes, you got to grab all that gear and hike out to where you're gonna, winch from. So having that bag is
it helps you.
Yeah. So now we'll get into So this is the shed out back, and then this is the garage.
Oh, here we go.
Underneath here. So.
And a big garage.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Turn on.
And this is where we get to see the Battleborn batteries. Yep. What do you have going? 600 amp hours in here?
Yep. So these are the Battleborn GC2 form factors. Each one's 100 amp hours. I've got 6 of them in there. The reason I went with the GC2s was so that I could put them in line like this and use the bus bars to hook them all together.
Okay.
For that in parallel. So
you did this installation yourself, or did you?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got a Victron Multiplus here, the inverter.
Yeah. So this is the charger inverter. So this takes shore power. I've got an outlet on the outside of the van here. It takes shore power, and then we'll manage the charge into the batteries, so I can charge shore power. But it also doubles as an inverter, so all my 110 outlets throughout the van all come off of the inverter here.
Oh, okay.
On the side here, I actually, this was the first thing, one of the first things I built in the van, and so I built it as a bit of a display with all the stuff nicely laid out there.
Yeah.
My slide-out drawers here were kind of an afterthought at the end, which kind of unfortunately covered it all up.
Yeah.
But,
are those DC to DC chargers, or what are these other blue boxes here that we're looking at?
So the blue box in the front is a MPPT solar charge controller.
Oh, okay.
For solar, I'm wired all the way to the top, but I don't have any solar installed at this point.
Oh, okay.
The next blue box towards the back here is just the Lynx distributor. So that's where the bus bar where everything comes in and is distributed out.
Oh, okay.
To the batteries and stuff.
Does this charge up off your engine or no?
It is, yeah.
It does, okay.
So I actually installed an entirely separate alternator.
Oh, you did?
Separate from the actual stock Mercedes.
Oh, okay.
That way the stock alternator is designated to do its job, just running the motor and everything else, the starter battery. So I installed from Nations Automotive, it's a separate alternator, 280 amps, and it's ran directly from the alternator straight into the batteries through a 4-aught cable.
Okay. I've heard a lot of people say that you'll get faster recharging and everything. It's not going to work so much. But I've never met anyone that's done it themselves. Was it easy to do that or difficult?
It was, I mean, it's a fairly big install, but I was able to do it myself. It was the first time I had done it, and it was fairly straightforward. Fairly big project, but it wasn't something that I had to take to Mercedes and have done or anything like that. So,
did you grow up doing a lot of mechanical stuff like that yourself on cars? Or?
Yeah, I've always been kind of hands-on, you know, working on motorcycles and bicycles, and then once I started driving, you know, rigs and stuff, and owning a Volkswagen, I had to learn to work on it myself because it was just going to break the bank if I had to hire
get
a shop
specialist. Okay, cool. It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's good to know you did that, and you're happy with putting that in, huh?
100%.
Okay.
I love this system. I loved even the smaller system that I had in my my Volkswagen once I got settled in with Battleborn batteries. And you know, having the YouTube channel, it's like having a film production studio on wheels. And so the power is the foundation of being able to run the whole YouTube channel.
Yeah, if you're editing in here and doing a whole bunch of stuff, that's more intensive than people realize.
And power is necessary. I have a whole cabinet set up with all my camera equipment that have outlets, so all my camera batteries are charged 100% of the time and ready to go whenever I need it. And because it's van life, everything's stored out of the way, and you know, I just don't have chargers bouncing all over.
You don't want to miss any of the things happening so that you can share it with people.
That's right.
Yeah, because I mean, like I was listening to some guys talking to you. They get really excited about seeing this because you're showing it, but that means you have to be ready to roll on everything. Very cool.
And that's part of, you know, running the channel and sharing those stories that I come across. It gives me a lot of purpose of being out there because I'm out there solo. A lot of people ask, you know, do you get lonely? And having the YouTube channel to as part of what I do gives me a lot of purpose and being able to do that.
I agree with you, man. And when you meet the folks, you know, who actually look at what you're doing, it feels so great, you know? That's like the best reward. I know that sounds cliche. Doing this kind of stuff, from my point of view, I'm sure yours, it's really tiring. And sometimes you're like, man, then you meet folks who love it. And then you're like, oh, okay, I think I can keep going.
100%, man. 100%.
Cool. I see you got axes.
Oh, yeah. So here we go.
What kind of axes we have here? What do you use them for?
So these are the Grand Force Brooks. Both of them are Grand Force Brooks. Gosh, I've had like a bunch of different axes, and it's hard to find one that like actually holds an edge. And these guys, man, they're a little bit more spendy, but it's well worth it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, with all the campfire cooking that I do, you know, I'm always splitting wood and stuff like that.
Right.
So axes are always here, and it actually makes like a really good handle for closing the door. Little handsaw. So this was all pre-electric chainsaw. This little fold-out bow saw that is really great for backcountry.
Get the hands pumping.
Yeah. Cut down branches, whether it's firewood or getting stuff out of your way on the trail.
Okay, cool.
Actually, well, if you get on and check out the channel, I do most of my wood splitting with a larger knife. And using the batoning method with another piece of firewood. it's funny because I think it's fun to show it on the YouTube channel. So many people are like, guys, we need to buy Chad an axe. He needs an axe. I'm like, little do you know, you guys know I got axes here, but I prefer the knife.
Yeah.
It's just more accurate and better than swinging an axe around. And
yeah.
So anyway,
these are all tools, and it just comes down to what do you feel the most comfortable using.
Yeah.
You know, and you could probably rock that versus someone else using a different tool.
Yeah. So.
Any other things in here? I know you got these big slide outs. These are cool.
Yeah. You know, there again, as you guys know, being organized in a small space is key to having a happy van life. So I've got the drawer slide, so I can store all.
This looks like camera gear.
Yep, this is more camera gear.
Yeah.
Just a camera slider.
Yeah, gotta have those.
Yep.
You know, for those action money shots.
Yep. So both of those slide out. Then underneath here, both of these are drawer slide outs. This is my outdoor kitchen. It's going to keep sliding your direction there.
Ooh,
and
keeps going.
Outdoor camp stove. This is my pantry.
Oh, cool.
Making, you know, efficient use of the counter space. I still have this available even with that stuff open.
Those spices smell good.
Yeah, I know, right? The spice cabinet.
That just hit me.
This keeps folding out there for more food prep.
Wow,
service,
yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you could do a lot on this side.
This was like an afterthought of the whole build. It was one of the last things that I did. And I'm so glad I did. I didn't realize how much I'd enjoy it, but when you go out to like Moab and you pull up over the top of Canyonlands and you slide this out and start cooking a meal, it's like, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah. Did you have a Jeep before this?
No, I have the Volkswagen.
You had the Westfalia,
van.
right? So you never had the Jeep, I always thought these would be cooler than the Jeep. All the Jeep guys are going to hate me right now. Yeah, just push this in?
Yeah, push them down. And pull out. Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. It keeps going. Bam. And then...
Yep, that flips over and there's tools and stuff. All the tools that I need for working on it.
So the thing I was going to say to you, you know, like I've got friends that have really nice Jeeps and have slide outs and everything. But that basically takes up most of the back.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. This is just in your garage.
This is the garage, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like...
That is cool.
Most of these garage spaces are... you know, empty with no slide outs, and I've seen people just shoving stuff in there and trying to get access to it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to come up with an alternative to that.
You got all this organization, and you could still throw things in there if you wanted to.
Yeah, push it in and just...
Did you build these?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I designed it all in SketchUp. I basically took all my dimensions and then mocked it up in the program so I could kind of see the space I was working with.
Okay.
And then just started experimenting with the program. It was the first time I'd ever done anything like that, so it was kind of gave myself a crash course and came up with this. And then the friend of mine that helped me with the cabinets in the front is a professional cabinet maker, and so he had all the CNC machines, so we just plugged in my design into his CNC program and it spit out all the boards
cool.
perfectly.
Do you have a video on this?
Not on this aspect, no. It was kind of the last bit of it. I have a bunch of it recorded, I just haven't put it together yet. So.
Right, okay. That'll be cool to see one day. Yeah. Awesome. All right.
And the thing I love about it is like when you're done cooking your meal, you know, a few things snap together and kitchen's gone and like you don't even know it it's there. So yeah.
That's cool. And then, so this bed frame here, is that flare space?
Yep, that's a flare space bed frame.
Oh, okay.
It's made to work in conjunction with their flares. Even the mattress, so it fits the form as it wraps around.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So,
yeah. That is really awesome, man. Yeah, see, you got all the batteries right there.
Yeah, it's all my...
Do you have it? So you have a charging station for them there that they're...
Yeah, there's a battery charger, and I just plug in the outlet there, and that's run off of the inverter.
What's your light right here?
Oh, so that's...
is it an O-light?
It's a little O-light, yeah.
Look.
Oh, dude.
We're O-light brothers, Lola.
Little twins.
I can't believe it.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool lights,
awesome,
sure.
Totally agree. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Man, we've seen so much. It's like, what more is there outside?
Let's go around this way. Just follow Chad. I'll be right behind you guys. All right, here we go. This looks good. So you built all of this with your friend, you're saying, right?
Yeah, so the cabinet portion of the build, my buddy Woodslayer, he runs a custom cabinet shop.
Okay.
And I came up with a design concept based on my experience in van life, and he figured out how to make that work in a van with as cabinets. And so yeah, this is how we came up with it.
Very cool. Yeah. So what's here?
So right here is the 12.
Oh, this is probably in the nuts.
Should roll up over it.
Okay.
So this is the Engel fridge. This is a fridge freezer combo. It runs off of 12 volt. And we can flip it up here.
Nice.
So freezer on this side, fridge on this side. Works awesome. You just set it and forget it, and you just always got what you need.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
It's, you know, it's smaller capacity, but for me as a solo traveler, you know, it works for my needs. Sometimes I wish I had more, but I make do with it.
You could always, you know, if you want to, you can always add one or just bring one along, like bring an extra one along.
And that's what I thought too. I could always easily throw one on a slider in the back.
Yeah.
As a backup.
Yeah.
You know, I could turn this one in. I could turn this one into all fridge.
Right.
And the one in the back I could do a whole freezer. And
right.
So bench seat here. Part of what I enjoyed about the Westfalia was the having a bench seat. It's a great spot to just chill. You got a view out the door. But then you also need a place to work as a
sit and edit. Needs to be comfortable.
So this is my little desktop here.
Yeah, this looks very comfortable.
Yeah, and I've got a spot where I plug in my computer over here. It's just a laptop, and I run my computer, and this is where I do the do.
Oh, cool.
And Hank, if you want to just grab that cabinet and flip it up, it's gas shocks it slowly up. It's a huge mess right now.
No, that looks awesome.
But that's where I store.
Very
all
jealous
the
of your camera gear.
Anywhere
I see
from
drones.
Yeah, the drone, the mirrorless cameras. I've got 2 bodies, microphones,
lights,
all the gears,
lights,
yeah. And then along the back,
hard
is all the
drives.
outlets.
Cool, that's sweet. I like that.
Charged.
Yeah, I need something like that, Lola.
And as we know, like most of the stuff we use today is all charged off a USB.
Yeah.
So I try to, you know, set up my stuff with the USB just because it's such a low draw.
That is sweet. Oh yeah, that is strong too. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So all storage in here.
Yep. Those all just pull open and.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't want to like.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. So, these pull out. You've got openings here.
This,
probably here.
Yeah, that's my dirty laundry. Like,
cool.
Little chute down there.
Yeah.
My diesel heater, which is my heat source, is stored down underneath there.
Okay.
So with the bench seat there, that kind of created just kind of a dead space.
I like the duffel bag, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was single, I did that duffel bag for a lot. I think I still have that duffel bag.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there's a sink there.
Oh, okay. So this is water.
Yep, fresh water tank there.
Okay.
That's 5 gallons of fresh water, and I make that work just to conserve space.
And then you could just take that out and refill that easily, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Here's the sink.
Yeah,
kick the water on. There we go.
Oh, it might still be on. Maybe just hit it.
Let me see. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't want to waste any of the precious water.
There's a rag there.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. That looks good. Here, I'll wipe it down.
Yeah, no worries, man. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll put the faucet upside down.
That wood smells good too, huh?
Sometimes I put that faucet upside down so it doesn't drip, and I'll accidentally hit it and it shoots up all over the place. So.
Yeah, I do that in mine also, all the time. Got some storage up here. This probably came with the Sprinter, I'm guessing.
It actually did not. That's,
it didn't? Okay.
That's another Shucks and Vans edition. It was actually a neighbor that when I built the van, he was across the street. And so,
okay.
Tour rig curtain across the front.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah,
privacy curtain. That way, it leaves all my front open. I don't have window coverings, so in an urban.
You want me to go this way? Okay. Oh, sorry.
In an urban stealth camp situation, pulling that curtain across the front makes for great privacy, but leaves the front open as if, you know, you're just parked and not necessarily in it.
Yeah, so folks don't know what they're looking at. Up front here, obviously, you know, Mercedes has really nice tech that comes along with it, power seats you don't really find anywhere else, and a lot of good assistant stuff. But I noticed you've added some things. Obviously, these are for the lights here?
Yep. Yeah,
okay.
That's the Switch Pro. I can control all my outside lights just right there off of that panel.
Yeah, very cool. And then you've got a setup here for, it looks like an iPad or something. What are you using that extra navigation, guidance stuff?
Yep. I've got a RAM mount that's screwed into my dash there, and then that gives a holder for the iPad. And on there, my biggest thing that I use is the navigation, Gaia maps for all my off-road trails and stuff like that.
Because I'm sure you're going to a lot of places that just won't be in the maps.
Yeah. So knowing
Mm-hmm.
where I'm at on the globe at any point in time, that's huge for me.
Yeah.
and it's all done right there. And having the RAM out there, it's nice and convenient while I'm driving. It's just right there. And
yeah, you could just mess with it without looking away too much. And are you doing a lot of weather stuff or other?
Yeah, I keep an eye on the weather. I've got a few apps that I use. The Climb app. It's great. Just keep an eye on it, see what's going on. So yeah.
And then comms, are you doing GMRS, or I see you've got some? Is that for comms up there? That little orange?
So that little guy up there is the Garmin InReach, and so it's a GPS. Satellite communication device.
Okay.
Basically, it's a GPS, but it allows you to hook up to your phone, and you can actually send out SMS messages.
Oh, cool. No matter what your signal is.
Yep. Okay. So you can be totally off grid from cell phone service, and that's going to communicate via satellite. So a family member, loved one,
you can let them know you're good.
Yep. Made it at camp, all is well. Or if something starts going wrong, hey, I broke down, I'm stuck, I need help.
This is my location. Yep. Okay, cool.
And it also has an SOS button on it, so you can emergency hit that. It's going to notify the local search and rescue to come out and get you. So
is that a service with Garmin, or you just buy it?
It is. Yeah, it's a monthly service. You can turn it on, turn it off as you like.
Okay.
But yeah, that to me is a major peace of mind when I'm going off grid. It's like, it can feel really lonely when you're out there desolate. No cell phone service, but at least that. It's nice to know you can at least check in and let people know, and you can hear from somebody else too.
Right, so, absolutely. Oh, awesome.
So that's been huge.
Yeah, everything in here, Chad, you did it. You built all of this, right? So you probably got this. Some of these, did they come from a company or?
No. Well, actually, so the guy Woodslayer who did my cabinets, he had just built out his printer van. And he had all the programs to CNC the panels. And so I started with a blank plywood panel that at least I knew fit in here. And then I had to do all the upholstery and then put in all
so
my
you did
anchor
this?
Points. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and the walls and everything.
Oh, okay. Nicely done.
Thank you.
And then I see you've got some accent lights up here in the cabinetry, in the bump outs.
Those are fun. I've got a little remote here so I can change the color depending on what you want for the mood. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can turn it up, you can turn it down, or turn it off.
How big is the bed?
So the bed, I think it's just under a queen size, somewhere between a twin and a queen. It's memory foam mattress. It's made by Flare Space, so it goes all the way into the flares and then fits that contour in the back. And
I think I've seen some stuff about that online. Yeah,
super cozy.
Very cool. Yeah. So what about insulation? I know you've gone to some really cold places and probably some really hot places.
Yeah.
So. What kind of insulation you have going on here?
Knowing that I wanted to get into or continue my trek into more winter camping, insulation was important to me, so I did the 3M Thinsulate material in the ceiling, the walls, the floor even. I put a subfloor in and put the insulation in the floor.
Oh, okay.
Slider in the doors. Pretty much everywhere I could fit it, I shoved it in there. So that was important. And then for heat, I've got the diesel heater, like I mentioned before, down underneath. The controls are up top. The intake is in that cabinet there, so it sucks in there, and then the heat actually comes out underneath the bench seat.
Oh, okay.
And the best test for it was up in the Arctic, where I woke up at like 4 in the morning. I was sweating. I checked my temperature in here. It was like 75 degrees inside. When I stepped outside, it was negative 35 degrees. So it did its job.
Yeah, it was maintaining.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I've got tour rig window coverings that are all insulated. That cover all the windows.
This is where you'll lose everything. So that was going to be my next question. So do you have like a cassette style toilet in here? What do you do for that?
After doing it for 10 years in the van again, I didn't have any choice for a shower or a toilet, so I learned to do everything in coffee shops, cafes, gas stations, restaurants. For shower, I've got gym membership, so I just hit
like Anytime Fitness or something like that.
Anytime Fitness and truck stops when I'm on the road traveling, truck stops.
How is that? I haven't done it yet. I know that's one of the options.
It's actually, I was really impressed. There was a long time I didn't have a gym membership, and I would just do truck stops. And like if you do like a Love's or even a Pilot, the higher end ones, they're like little motel rooms. They're awesome. They provide you the towels that you need. They go in and they clean it after every
Yeah, every use,
so
yeah.
Everything's nice and
Yeah,
clean
there's
and
laundries
fresh.
there from
Yeah.
what I've seen. Yeah, I just haven't used it. Yeah, I got to do that.
Yeah.
It's one of my adventures I need to go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to the Arctic. I'm gonna go to the truck stop shower. Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like kind of an awkward thing of like, I don't know what to do. I feel awkward about it. And honestly, I was the same way, and I avoided it for a long time. I was like, I'm gonna go try it, and I'm so glad I did, because after that, I was like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. Like,
Yeah, yeah, and there's lots of truckers out on the road,
Yeah.
you know, using it. So yeah, they've got to be competitive. They want to keep those guys. Yeah, because of the options.
Yep.
Awesome.
So I try to stick with a Pilot's probably my favorite. Loves isn't bad.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Good to know. Chad, thanks so much for sharing all that info with us, man.
Hank,
That's really good stuff. I
nice
appreciate
meeting you, and yeah,
Same here.
thanks for taking the time to even just do the van tour. I think that's
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely. I'm gonna check out the channel, man.
Yeah.
I want to see like what you've done with this now.
For sure.
So for the folks out there who want to do that as well, how can they do it? How can they follow you?
Yep.
You know, communicate with you, etc.
So my main platform that I do all my stuff on is YouTube, and on YouTube it's Living the Van Life, and then also on Instagram it is Living the Van Life as well, all one word. And yeah, so YouTube I do all the adventure videos. Instagram's kind of fun little behind the scenes stories and kind of day-to-day van life stuff on there. So yeah, we'd love to have you guys on board. Come check it out.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
Awesome, man.
All right.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave comments and stuff like that. Maybe we'll get Chad to answer them. But you can also go to Living the Van Life and talk to him all you want to. We're out of here. Peace. Hey guys, I just wanted to take a quick break here to show you all these t-shirts that we're selling. And here, I'll go to Lola's right here.
All right.
Lola, you be the supermodel for
I'll
this.
try my best.
So let's see if folks know what that says. Vanosaur. That's what it is. Vanosaur.
Like connoisseur.
There you go. For anyone who's wondering, these are, if you want to support us, this is a great way to support us. We have these Vanosaur t-shirts, and you can actually buy them right here on the YouTube channel.
Right.
There's like a little thing going there. What is that?
It's a scroll on the bottom of each video, as well as if you go to the home page, there's a merch tab or merch store that you can click on.
Yep. And you can get these cool shirts and support us. We're going to do different designs. I think you have stickers and different things on
Right.
in the
Currently,
store
these
right
are available on the stickers, on mugs, camp mugs, water bottles, I think hats.
Right, absolutely. So that's a great way to support the two of us. So if you want to support us, go there and check that out. And then one of the cool things about it that, you know, if you notice, there's no Stranger Palooza anywhere on it, so you don't have to advertise us, but you can support us, I think.
Agreed. And this first design is actually the Ford Transit camper van.
Yes. So that is once again, I'm
That's
going
what
to
this
use
one
you
is.
as the model. So yeah, that is a Ford Transit camper van, which is right there. That's ours that you see right behind us there, and then actually we've got some friends over there. So if you're a fan of the Ford Transit or just van life altogether, this is a cool shirt that you can get. It's kind of like a conversation starter because people are going to want to know, what does it say?
Exactly.
All right, and we're going to do more of them. Okay, so that's it. Thanks so much for listening.